Every year I do a birthday episode, and it's always something about this past year and what it's taught me and what I'm grateful for and what I'm celebrating. And a lot of times it's just off the cuff. I just kind of roll with it. I've even been known to do it in my car just kind of randomly. But today I made notes because I really want to share what this year has been, what it's meant to me, the progress I've made, and what I've learned. And I want to inspire you too. And honestly, I've recorded this podcast episode several times. It's very unlike me. I'm thinking that maybe it's because this year has really been one of the biggest seasons of growth for me since my reinvention journey, both personally and professionally. I've had the best year in my business yet. And I've learned a lot along the way. I've learned what it means to show up differently and to really trust myself and to really evaluate and embrace this messy middle of business and how to focus on what matters most to move the needle forward. And I want to encourage and empower you too. So at 62, I'm kicking it up a notch. That was actually one of my favorite cars for my husband for my birthday. It has a picture of a tennis shoe on it with a heart in it, which is my logo if you've ever seen it. So let's kick it up a notch and let's step forward. We're going to dive into the 8 things that helped me grow in my business this year. I love numbers. 6 plus 2 equals 8. So we're diving in with the 8 things that helped me grow. All right, let's go. Hello, Redlo women. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you today? I'm so grateful you're here. I'm your host, Terri Mullen, and I'm here to offer a little bit of inspiration in your day and to empower you and to help you reclaim your confidence, embrace your voice, define your path, lead with courage, and own who you are now in this season of life. So grab that warm cup of coffee and let's step forward together. Let's go. So what are the 8 things I've learned? Number 1, I believe in the online entrepreneur. I believe in the midlife female entrepreneur. Number 2, business is the 3 C's. It's customers, consistency, commitment. Number 3, I'm working on my business, not just in it. Number 4, embracing AI. Number 5, the power of a midlife coach. It's never too late. Number 6, just start. Stop overthinking. Number 7, give yourself permission to change. Number 8, surround yourself with amazing people and create a sisterhood. I named this episode Stop Swirling in the Messy Middle of Your Life and Business and Step into the Woman You're Becoming, because this journey here, where I am today, has definitely been messy. And I have had to learn to stop swirling in that messy middle of growing this business. I was standing at that starting line. I knew where I wanted to go, and I've seen other women do this too. I've taken lots of courses, but a lot of them didn't teach the actual tools and systems to help me get to where I was going. So I'm on a mission to help you stop swirling, step into your full potential, and understand what it really takes to have impact and income with tangible tools. So I hope you have some key takeaways today. Let's dive in. Number 1, I believe in the online entrepreneur. Yes, I believe in the midlife female entrepreneur. That's you. That's me. I love this industry. And I believe that being an online entrepreneur is one of the greatest opportunities that we have in our modern era. Just look around, we see it, right? It gives us freedom and impact and greater income. Ed Milet says that entrepreneurs are the drivers of the economy. And I love that. I believe that. And to me, being an entrepreneur means being an innovator. It's creating new ideas and services and bringing them to life. It's developing, it's thinking outside the box. It's taking risks, right? It's investing your time and money and resources despite uncertainty. It's stepping forward and doing it anyway, even if someone doesn't really believe in you or that idea. It's being a leader in ideas and thought and soul and spirit. It's empowering, motivating, connecting, creating, writing and speaking and serving others. It's being a problem solver. It's finding solutions to challenges that are present in the market or a business. And it's being an opportunist, or as I say, an opportunity recognizer. It's spotting gaps in the market or seeing unmet needs, and it's being willing to pivot and shift to meet those needs, to fill in those gaps. I've talked a lot about this on other podcasts, but many of us in this online industry know it as the knowledge industry, right? You've heard a lot of the gurus talk about it. It's taking your knowledge, whether that's your own life experience, both professionally or personally, and creating a business out of that. It's helping others. It's filling in those gaps, right? It's doing all those things that I talked about before. And I've shared this in previous podcasts, but the knowledge industry is predicted to hit $1 trillion by 2032. And entrepreneurs and innovators are having great impact right now, all over the place, right? Especially with the growth of AI. Whether you love it or not, it's here. And midlife women, by the way, are leading us in this industry. We are the largest age demographic for entrepreneurship. And the large majority of that has to do with being a coach, right? So if you doubt, if you question, if you wonder if you can do this, I give it a big hell yes. I actually have that written on my wall, right? I say, if I can do this, so can you. But this is where we're headed. And I know that there's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now, but I want to encourage you with some positive inspiration because there is a great opportunity for you to step forward and to step into this space, even as a side hustle. I'm coaching women who are doing that. And if this is something that you want to do, I'm here for you because I say I am the coach that I needed when I started this industry. And many of us show up, we have a great idea, we're standing at that starting line, we know where we want to go, like I said in the beginning, but often we're left swirling in this messy middle. We don't know how to implement it. We don't have tangible tools that help us get from point A to point B, right? And we need that. Those tools are the gasoline that actually moves the car forward. It creates momentum without a plan or a roadmap or tools. And that gasoline, you have no idea where you're headed. And you just swirl in circles, going nowhere fast, and often just run out of gas, right? You'll never make progress. You just keep listening to all the gurus who show up and do their free online masterclasses or boot camps or summits or whatever they call them, and you kind of hop from one to the other, taking in that information, but you never make progress. You never take action because it's just like a tasty little appetizer or dessert. It tastes so good in that moment, but it doesn't sustain you. It doesn't really satisfy you or actually fuel you to move forward, right? It's not true sustenance. So that's my little tangent. I believe with everything in me that an online business is wonderful, but it's also really hard. It's not as easy either as a lot of the gurus say. At the end of the day, it's a business. So being an online business or building a brick and mortar store, it's still a business. You are an entrepreneur and it can feel really lonely at times. It has lots of highs and lows. There's definitely uncertainty. You might have a great month and then you might have a really sucky month. And then you might feel like you want to quit. So I want to encourage you to expect it because it's going to happen. That's the journey, right? Don't be shocked or surprised by the hard things. Anything worthwhile is challenging, and you have to constantly grow and learn and surround yourself with other women who are doing the same. I say women because that's my target audience, women that are on this journey. And women who are calling you forward and helping you elevate and rise and level up. And it's important to really understand that. I'm in different masterminds and small cohorts of women who are sharing ideas and thoughts, and I've actually created my own. And it's also important to have other coaches and mentors in your life who can help you. Right now, I have three, right? That's the most amazing thing about this industry that I love, right? We're always moving forward. It's not therapy. It's calling us forward and helping us rise and helping us learn, helping us grow. And if you have a curious mind, what a great opportunity. So my coaches right now, I have a business coach, I have a mindset coach, and I have someone that's a storytelling course leader and coach and strategist, right? These women are doing 7 and 8 figures, and you're going to hear from one on my next episode. But they've really helped me get clear on my wording and my messaging. And even though I'm a writer, I love writing content and love writing my book, but showing up, especially on LinkedIn, which is what I've really stepped into, has been hard. It's been intimidating. And that's been my journey of continuing to play small in some areas. And that's just the hard truth, right? But as a business person, There are different words that we use. What is my brand voice? What is my message? Being really clear on that. We all have our own blind spots, things that we can't see, things that are right in front of us sometimes, right? And sometimes we don't even see our own strengths. So we need other people that are a little bit ahead of us that see things from a different perspective. And when someone is ahead of you, they're teaching you. They've learned from somebody else, and then they teach you, and it becomes a domino effect, and you teach others. That's what's really so amazing about this industry. We never stop learning. We never stop growing. We never stop educating ourselves. And now with AI, it's even more important to stay on top of things, right? You've heard the saying that AI isn't going to take your job, but those that are using AI will. And it's so true. So any good business person stays relevant. They stay in touch with what's happening in their business and in the world of business. It's part of what we all do. Every business that you know of also has a professional development budget. They allow people to become even further educated. And that helps all of us grow, right? We're teaching each other, we're learning from each other, we're leading and guiding and staying curious. And it matters. It's so important. The second thing that's really helped me move forward and what I've learned this year is business really is the 3 C's. I've gone back to what my grandfather taught me many years ago. He had a very, very successful business for over 50 years with only an 8th grade education. He was brilliant. He had a physical restaurant business, and he grew it from this tiny little cafe to this very thriving business that he sold at 90. Just incredible. It's a whole story, and I talk about that on other podcasts and in my book, Step Forward. But he said there are 3 things that are really important. Number 1, customers. You have to have customers. Without customers, you don't have a business. So that means clients, that means growing a community, that means other people in your circle, right? And they are people that are paying you for what you do. Without those paying customers, without those paying clients, without the community, you don't have a business. Number 2, he said, be consistent. He always said, deliver a quality product over and over. Wow. And he was such a stickler about it. He delivered really quality food. It was so important to him. He was so proud of that. And that thought about delivering quality products or quality service applies to us here online. We have to be consistent. We have to be who we say we are. We have to be trustworthy and credible and show up when we say we're going to and be willing to help and serve others. And if you're doing a podcast, make sure you're doing it once a week. I don't really care what day, but show up and do it, or even twice a month and be consistent. It's important. Number 3, he said, be committed. You have to be committed. And that means to continue to show up when it's hard. And guess what? It's going to be hard. You're going to have hard days. And that's when my grandfather always said, you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and step into that grit and tenacity and persevere. It gets you through those valleys when you want to quit. You're going to have mountaintops and you're going to have valleys. And like I said earlier, expect it. My grandfather's restaurant burned down and he had to completely rebuild it and start over at the age of 80. And I think I admired him more then than anything because he made that decision to rebuild. He believed in himself, and the community really wanted him to rebuild. And he held on to that restaurant for another 10 years and sold it at 90. But powerful, right? Life happens. And to see my grandfather persevere through hard times was really one of the greatest gifts he could have given me. Number 3, something that's really helped me this year is that I'm working on my business, not just in it. I've stopped trying to be everywhere. And I'm not following all the trends. I've always struggled with that anyway, but I've really started showing up intentionally and with purpose. And it's showing up here first on the podcast. Not only is this my happy place, but it's where I most connect with you and I can go deep. It is the top of my traffic where I draw people in. And from here, now I'm repurposing these episodes in different ways to make my life easier. And also with the use of AI, right? I take one episode that sets the theme for the week and I break it up into smaller pieces of content. And that's what I teach other women to do too, not just podcasting, but also with video. And it has changed everything I do. let's just face it, the online industry has really changed and we have to be really strategic, right? It's more than just showing up. This is not 2020 anymore. And as I've said, the game has changed. It's much harder to stand out today, especially organically. That means without paid ads. And you'll see people now, a lot of the gurus, just posting over and over with paid ads, all the people that we know and love. This industry really exploded during COVID because what else do we have to do, right? It was a great time to learn new things and take courses. You think about the different industries that really exploded. It was this online industry. And think about Peloton, right? How many people bought a Peloton during COVID? Woohoo, me too. But even a little bit before COVID, it was a lot easier to just post online, to create a following. Many of those gurus taught us to just post, DM, like, comment, friend request, friend farm, all those things, and get in communities. And whew, it just became really exhausting, absolutely exhausting. And a lot of people got burned out and quit. So I love what Brendan Burchard teaches, something that I've really continued to hold on to. I think he's just a master teacher. He says, be a professional. This is your profession. You are here for the long game. Don't follow the trends. Trends are going to come and go, but be steady, show up, serve, help people, and do long form content. That's how people get to know you. They get to decide if they like you, if they want to work with you, and you're building trust. Think of this when you've got me in your ears on the podcast, right? You're listening to me for 15, 30 minutes, sometimes an hour when I'm interviewing someone. You get to hear my voice, my inflection, my thoughts, my emotion, right? That's the only way we can really stand out and be different. We're not here to be a social media influencer. We are here to be a woman of influence, a businesswoman, a coach. And I've shared this on different podcast episodes before. Posting brings awareness. It's important, but each platform is different. And you have to decide where you like to live. Where do you show up? And what is your top of traffic? How are you going to drive people to you? And as a business person, you really need to stay focused on working on your business, not just in it. And like I said, I've learned this lesson the really hard way, right? You have to have systems. And yes, you need to be able to communicate and connect with people, but on the back end, you've got to have systems. And you have to find a place for your people to land. Whether you've created a small community like in a Facebook group, you have something in Circle, that's another online paid community, you have an email system, or you have a podcast. You have to be able to create this long form content and connection with other people. I really dove into the last several podcast episodes, episode 159 to 162 in particular, and talked about more the business side of things, what you really need to do to create different touch points for people, what platform you want to show up on, and how you can really move forward with your business. So I hope that helps you. The economy has changed, right? And I know it feels uncertain at times. And people aren't diving in and just saying yes right away because they want their dollar to go a long way. And there are people like me too that got burned during some of those courses where the promises weren't what people said they would be. And don't be offended if people take longer to say yes. They're just being responsible. They're doing their research. They really want to know that you are the person that you say you are, that you're the person that can really help them move forward. And I think it's great to question it. I'm questioning it a lot more too. And I think that's good. That's good business. Number 4, AI. Let's talk about AI. It's a whole other level of excitement and complexity and is helping us grow at the same time, right? I have a very nerdy and curious side. I love some of this techie stuff. So I'm intrigued. And I'm using AI in many ways, but I'm being very strategic because I also have concern in other ways. The online space has become very competitive, as I've mentioned. It's harder for your voice to be heard. You're competing with the ever changing algorithm, and I refuse to chase it. I'm aware of it, but I'm just not going to keep showing up or showing up like 4 times a day is what I think Instagram and Facebook are recommending. But you are competing with other people that are creating content with AI agents. You've probably heard that word. So the information that you're trying to put out there needs to be really authentic. It needs to be you. It needs to be your voice. And that's why I took a course from a storytelling strategist to really gain insight on this. How do you stand out? How do you find your voice in this very, very crowded space? It feels like being on the 405 freeway stuck in traffic. So many people, so many cars with nowhere to go. So, this is something I really dive in and teach you too. Okay. You need to be disruptive. You need to stand in your truth and not be like everybody else. And that means not writing your content with AI. Sorry, not sorry, but I feel very strongly about this. Use it for a lot of other things, but don't let it write your content because the words are getting regurgitated and people are using a common language. It's easy to recognize now. If you've been showing up, you know. So be smart. Don't be afraid to use it, but use it strategically. So if you think about it, AI is everywhere, right? It's on our phones, it's on our computers, it's in all the apps that we're using, it's showing up in our homes. You buy a new computer, you get a new phone, it's incorporated in all of it. You can't run or hide from it. You could choose not to use it. It's kind of like electricity. You either decide to turn the switch on and use electricity or you don't. You live on a farm somewhere without it. It's up to you. You have to decide how much you're going to use and how you're going to implement it in your life. But the thing is with AI that is really important to remember is that it's not your friend, it's not your therapist. And that's the darker side that I'm seeing, and many of us see it now. AI doesn't understand human emotion. And many in this industry are calling AI a machine, right? So think about that. I just heard Arthur Brooks, an author who I have read several of his books. He said, AI is our left brain. We need to use it for strategy, planning, and executing tasks and being efficient to grow our business. It solves problems and it helps you plan things, but it's not emotional. It doesn't understand your human voice and it never will. And this is why humans still need humans and people need coaches. That's where we step in. And I think it makes humans even more valuable, right? But AI is getting faster, it's getting smarter, it's getting cheaper. And I want to encourage you to use it, but use it wisely. Don't be afraid of it. All right. Number 5, the power of a midlife coach. Yeah. I love this. I continue to lean into this and empower other women that it's not too late to start your business. It's not too late to write a book. It's not too late to start a podcast. And I'm helping women do all of these things. And the world needs more amazing coaches, amazing midlife coaches, midlife women. And this is a great opportunity in this time, in this place, in this era to step forward with your knowledge to really help others, to stand fully in your power as a midlife woman. And I shout this from the rooftops that this industry is waiting for you. It's waiting for your knowledge, your wisdom, and your experience. So, like I mentioned just even moments ago, people still really need people. There are a lot of people who are hurting. There are people who are suffering financially and emotionally. They're struggling with their relationships. They're struggling with how to start a business. So people really need support and help and how to move forward. They need help with their health, their brain health, menopause, all the things. I have so many friends in all these different aspects of coaching. And I actually did a podcast a while back on the 20 different coaching spaces that women can step into. It's a really great one. I don't remember the number off the top of my head. So, whatever your passion is, your knowledge is, there's a place for you here. And people still need people, and people will always buy from people. So, number 6 is remembering that starting has incredible power. I think one of the best compliments that a client gave me this year was that I'm a gentle pusher. I love that. I push without you even realizing that I am. We are paid to push. We are paid as coaches to give you a transformation and help you make a change. If we don't do that, we're not doing our job, right? So I was thinking about my own journey and how it all started for me. I mean, I remember taking that first course back when COVID hit, and it's where I first learned about doing my own podcast. It was one of the assignments. We were told to record a 2-minute intro. You've probably heard me say this before, and it just really sparked something in me. I just dove in and did it. I didn't have all the fancy technology. I had my iPhone, I had my plug-in headphones. I went and sat in my car for 2 hours and recorded that 2-minute intro. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't even know what the heck I was doing, but I just did it. I uploaded it without even really telling anybody. But I sat in my car and I thought, I'm just going to talk to another woman on the other side of this microphone. I'm going to inspire her. I'm going to remind her that she is seen and heard and loved and valued and that she belongs. Yeah, that's where that was all born, right? It's where it started. And I wanted her to know that I'd been through some hard things. If she had too, awesome, because I was walking beside her. And I'm now at midlife trying to figure it all out, figure out what's next beyond the empty nest. And here I am. This is one of the things that I think I look back and I'm most grateful for because it really sparked something in me. It really helped me find my voice. And I did it without having a plan. I did it without having a business plan. I just decided to show up and talk, to other people. And I've done other podcasts on that too. You don't have to have a business to start a podcast. You can just start. Maybe you're a storyteller, right? So that's where Redlo was born, right? And now it's evolved too. It is really helping you reclaim, embrace, define, lead, and own who you are now in this season of life. And that's my mission. So find people that can help you move forward. That's what I'm here for. This is a great time to step into all that you are and to let your light shine, whether that's writing a book or starting a podcast or starting a business. It's been 3 years since I wrote my book. I didn't have AI to help me or even do editing. And in many ways, I'm grateful for that because that journey of struggling through those words, every word, every sentence, every chapter, helped me grow, helped me heal. I took a course that taught me how to self publish, and now I teach other women to do that. Ah, what a gift. There's so many of us that have books inside of us. And until self-publishing, many people took books with them to the grave, right? They didn't have a publisher that embraced them, that published their book. And now you can do it yourself. It's a gift to be able to do it. And I love it. I love teaching other women how to do this. So, a side note here, I always want to encourage you to write your story. I believe that we all have one. And if you want to write a book, do it. I'm here to help you do that too. So, one small caveat though, I think we have to be really strategic with AI. I am the queen of typos. So, I do believe in it for helping you do spell check and sentence structure and all those things. And like Arthur Brooks said, use it for the left brain for helping you structure and plan and outline and things like that. But I do not believe in it for writing your content. It needs to be in your words. That's my final thought on that. Number 7, give yourself permission to change. I am not the same person I was when I started this entire journey. I'm not the same person I was when I started this podcast. I'm not the same person I was when I wrote my book. And I'm definitely not the same person that I am as a coach. I've evolved so much. And I think this year, more than ever, because I'm stepping into more the business side of coaching, I've seen this gap where women start, they know where they want to go, but the messy middle of actually how to implement has been missing. It's been missing in the courses that I took. And so I've learned a lot along the way. I have this ability to take all this information and really simplify. And that's what I've been leaning into. This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. This journey of where you are and where you want to go takes a while. It's about implementing systems and creating your brand voice. Who are you? Who is your ideal client? All the things. I'm not speaking to the same ideal client that I spoke to 5 years ago. I'm talking to someone else. I'm talking to someone who now who tried a few things, has wants to be an entrepreneur and needs some help moving through that messy middle and implementing systems and having more clarity. Give yourself permission. You're not going to be the same person in 5 years. You're not going to be the same coach. You're not going to be the same podcaster. And it's okay. That's what this industry is all about. We're all on this journey. We're always moving forward. We're always leveling up. We're always changing. And that's the magic. So finally, number 8, surround yourself with amazing people and create a sisterhood. This has been one of my greatest gifts this year. Just really celebrating the amazing people that I have surrounded myself with. I have been very intentional this year of stepping into rooms, both virtual and real, where I could be challenged and supported and inspired. I have coaches, like I mentioned, I have 3. I'm in online communities. I'm in live monthly coaching memberships. I have accountability partners. I have my own mastermind and my own community here because I realize you just don't grow in isolation. You grow in connection. And every time I get off a call whether that's for myself or whether I'm on a call with a client, it just it just fills my soul. I leave inspired and invigorated, and I see the power of connection. I see the power of growth. I see the power of calling others forward. It's changed my energy. It's changed my results in all that I'm doing. And as I've said, I've had the best year in my business yet. So I've met amazing women along the way, and I've met them through other communities and other courses, and I'm so grateful. One of the gifts for my birthday this year was that I actually got to meet one of my online friends, Katie Jolly. She's been on this podcast, I think 4 or 5 times. Many of you know who she is. She is a brain health warrior. She has her own community. She's written a book. She's just amazing. She's a powerhouse in a beautiful way. She lives in New Zealand, and she actually just came over here to do in-depth training with Dr. Amen. She's a trainer and doing incredible work. But it was just such a gift, you know. We've known each other, I think, for 2.5 years, and so to meet in person was just magic. But I was teasing her because we always have these perceptions, like you have somebody that you meet online, you're doing Zooms, you're doing all the things, but you meet them in person. And I said, "You were so much more zen than I expected you to be." And I said, "I probably have a lot more energy than you thought," because she's always telling me how calming my voice is. And it's like butter. But I was teasing her because I said, "I love your voice too." Who doesn't love an amazing New Zealand accent, right? So that's been a gift. The other thing is being in these online communities, having mentors, having coaches. And I think one of the really cool things, if you've ever heard Jenna Kutcher talk about, she says that she and Amy Porterfield are the best of friends. Jenna Kutcher was one of Amy Porterfield's clients. She took her course, and now they're the best of friends. And that's happened to me too. I've actually started a small cohort of women and created my own mastermind. It's just a really small group of women. We round table, we teach, we talk, we share what we're learning, and it's been amazing. They become friends of mine. Some of these women have been clients, and there's one woman in there that was actually my coach. So I've really built this amazing community and these relationships. So I say, you never know. You never know who you might meet in your community, in your course. They just might become your friends. And when it does, it's magical. It's a gift. And on a side note, I'll be starting another Redlo Circle cohort in January, but that's more for women that are coming in with live coaching. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a moment. But before I end, I just want to just give gratitude for my children, my adult children. I wouldn't be a mom without them, right? My kids have been incredibly supportive and encouraged me all along the way. My daughters have cheered me on. And one of my daughters actually was part of the business that I helped launch with my mom. And I learned so much from her. My boys also have been so inspiring and encouraging. I love the way they love the women in their life. It makes me so proud. One of my boys told me that I'm his hero. And wow, that made me so proud because being a mom has been one of the best things I've ever done. And he told me that I was born to be a mom. Pretty awesome, right? And if you know my story, I stayed home for many years to raise my kids. You know, I stopped working and stayed home, and I have no regrets whatsoever. I'm grateful for the laughter and the tears and the moves and all the hard and wonderful things, and to be present for them as they were stepping into their own life and launching their adult life. We have 4 amazing adult children. We have a daughter-in-law and a son-in-law, and I just couldn't be more proud. I'm also grateful for my husband. And if you know my story too, I share this in my book. We've been married for 36 years. We've had some wonderful high moments, and we've had some really hard things. And here we are. I wouldn't choose to do this journey with anyone else. He's very curious, intellectually curious, and forward thinking. He's been incredibly supportive of me in this season of life. And I think this is one of the things that I really want to share is that as you become an empty nester, as you step into this midlife, you will change more than any other time in your life. And you have to find out who you are now and who you are as a husband and wife. And I think it's so important to help each other grow individually and collectively because you will reconnect in a completely different way. My husband has his own business. He's been an investment advisor for over 30 years. He has a course that I help him with, and then I have my business. And so it's been really fun to see each other grow individually and collectively. We're not the same people we were in our 20s, and thank goodness. We've both grown so much, and it's been a gift. On another note, I will be launching another cohort for my Redlo Women's Circle. I'd love to have you in there. This is membership based. We meet once a month. I'll do a teaching. I will also meet another time where we will have hot seats. I'd love for you to dive in and just find out more who I am and learn some things along the way. So I will put that link here if that's something that you're interested in. And live teaching is really the new way that people are learning. It really does help you grow faster than anything. I've found that this year that being in these live teaching communities and showing up and being able to ask questions has been rapid growth for me and for my husband as well. So Redlo is all about reclaiming, embracing, defining, leading, and owning who you are now. And I'm here to help you do that, to help you step forward in your business, step beyond that messy middle, and have a roadmap for where you're headed. So, one final thought that I'd like to share as we end this podcast today, because I think it really applies. It's something that Warren Buffett said. He said, a few final thoughts. One perhaps self-serving observation. I'm happy to say I feel better about the second half of my life than the first. My advice? Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. Learn at least a little from them and move on. It is never too late to improve. Get the right heroes and copy them. He goes on to say, greatness does not come through accumulating great amounts of money, great amounts of publicity, or great power in government. When you help someone in any thousands of ways, you help the world. Kindness is costless, but also priceless. Whether you are religious or not, it's hard to beat the golden rule as a guide to behavior. I write this as one who has been thoughtless countless times and made many mistakes, but also become very lucky in learning from some wonderful friends how to behave better. Still a long way from perfect, however. Keep in mind that the cleaning lady is as much a human being as the chairman. I end with that because that is something that my grandfather always taught me. Treat everyone with respect. Keep stepping forward. I believe in you. You are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and you belong. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you have a few key takeaways that you can apply to your life. And if you don't mind, take a few moments and leave a review that lets other women know that we're here making a difference in your life and theirs as well. Until we meet again, God bless.